Welcome back to our channel, Consider Justice Canada. Today we will be speaking about cold cases, but I just want to add one more thing. Two things. Saturdays, every Saturday will be something different, hauntings, funny stuff, just to lighten up the mood, because you know what, this is we're always knee deep in this stuff, and we're always looking for cold cases, and it gets very hard on everybody, and I don't want to bring the channel down. So we're going to be lighting things up on every Saturday. So just keep on tune and hope you liked our stuff that we have on Saturdays. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about cold cases, but I just want to add a missing person that just went missing on Monday. Just recently. That's not even 5 days ago. This lady right here. Okay, so this lady just went missing on Monday. Police are requesting the public's assistance in locating a missing Sudbury woman. Laura Fader, 47, was last seen on Monday around 5 p.m. in the area of LaSalle Boulevard and Nordane Avenue. Fader is described as 5'5" and about 110 pounds, with medium-length blonde hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing black and white shorts and carrying a purse as well as a large black bag. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Greater Sudbury Police or the Crime Stoppers right here. The number is right here. So now, this is an old case, so this is going to be a cold case. It's just, I'm not sure, there's not much information about her, so I can just tell you what I found. Okay. Okay, 1 second there, my page just got confused. Okay, here, there's the story, sorry. Okay. Her name is Roberta Marie Ferguson. Her location where she went missing was Chilliwack, British Columbia. Her date of birth is November 19th, 1968. Details on August 24th, 1988. Roberta Ferguson was camping with a group of friends at Sunnyside Campground in Cultus Lake, BC. At approximately 8 p.m., she left the area on foot and was believed to be heading back to Surrey. So Surrey must not have been too far because she's walking. So around this time, a witness observed a female matching Roberta Ferguson description speaking to a male inside a red sports car at the intersection of Vedder Mountain Road and Cultus Lake Road. The witness described the man in the car as average height with blonde or light brown hair and prominent jaw. At the time of her disappearance, Roberta Ferguson, an Aboriginal woman, was 19 years old, 5'5", 150 pounds, black eyes, with mid-length black hair worn to one side, and wear octagon-shaped glasses. I don't know if you can see that, but that's her glasses, but it's very, no, can't see that much. The picture, I don't know why they didn't give us a better picture of her. I wish they would give us a better picture of her. Okay, so she was last seen wearing a navy blue tank top over a black top. Black stretchy pants rolled up to her knees. Dirty white running shoes and carrying an army green knapsack. To date, all attempts to locate Roberta Ferguson have been unsuccessful. Foul play is suspected in her disappearance. Contact anyone information regarding the Roberta disappearance is asked to contact. What my page got? To contact the police, the Crime Stoppers. When anthropologists reconstructed what she might have looked like, the similarity to Roberta was so striking that Verrill's son Clayton was stunned. He said, "Mom, that's Roberta," Verrill recalled. After she called to report the similarity, police came in December and took DNA samples from her sister and Carol. However, the family suffered from a narrow letdown. It was not a match. Her DNA did not match the family, so it was not their missing loved one. It was up in the air. We never knew whether or not it was he or her or not, says Staff Sergeant Bloxham. We didn't consider the new development as setback. We learned to wait for these kind of results. We're still faced with the fact that we don't have her remains, and that always makes it difficult. The waiting continues. The ears of the remaining family members are always turned to the radio or television for her name. Verl was the last family member living in BC. Has resisted return to her ancestral home in Beaver, Atlanta, out of a sense of duty to Roberta. I could not leave until we find her body. It is so unfinished, it is unresolved. I wonder now, in light everything else being uncovered in about T. Arnold, and that which protects him, whether Verl was right. So this lady has been missing since 1988. So it's been a long time. So if you have any information about her missing in the woods, if you're in the same place as her, please contact the Crime Stoppers. Her family is looking for answers. If anybody knows anything else, please call. Okay, so our printer stopped working, so I'm going to be reading you guys another lady. I'll show you a picture of her. It's sad when she got murdered. I'll be talking about her obituary right after, but this is her that we're going to be talking about. So this woman, her name is Ashley Madame. If I'm not saying the name right, I'm sorry guys, but I think that's how you say Madame. So Gray Suburban Police have confirmed they are looking into the death of a local woman. The Star has been told Ashley Madame body was found in an abandoned car on Willow Street. Willow Street, it is by the Four Corners in Sudbury. Willow Street in the city West End. That's like near Four Corners. On August 2nd, the tipster also told the Star that the 20-year-old woman was from, okay, I'm not sure that name, so I'm not going to say it wrong, but it's from Whitefish. She was on the Aboriginal land. So I'll show you the name, because I don't want to insult the name of the place. It's right about, 1 second there. 1 second there. I just seen it. Oh, 1 second. Okay, right here. Right at the end, it is. At the beginning, right at the end. Can you see it? So Whitefish, it is by Lively. That's where she came from. The young ladies came from Whitefish and Lively. So I'm not going to explain the name. You guys could just read it because I really don't want, say it wrong. Because you know what? I want to be respectful towards you guys. Was found with a bruising and a bump on her cheek. Dr. David Cameron, Regional Supervising Coroner for the North Region, said Friday officials are waiting for detail of a post-mortem examination. Okay, suspect the coroner's office will work with the police investigating the death further. Madame Mang, whose obituary refers to her as Star Woman, leaves behind a child, Connor. Another one that the mother got killed. Amanda McClassen died and she had 2 kids. This one's died and she had a kid. That is so sad. That their loved one and their little kids have to grow up without mom or dad. Okay, so she leaves a child named Connor. 2 sisters, Tanya and Tiffany, as well as her mom and dad, Mary Lou, Madame, and Dean Jacobs. She is the granddaughter of Basil Prentice and Caroline Madame. Alex, Jacob, and Joanne Elliott. Madame also leaves behind 9 cherished aunts and uncles, as well as several that had passed previously. She is held dearly in friendship by Cody Wemmingwings, and William Ackland. Her obituary indicates Madame maintained a wild circle of friends, many of whom she had known since kindergarten. So she was a loving person. If she was friends with somebody since kindergarten, that's a very welcoming person. It's been a long time that they knew each other. So to her best friend, Keisha, Denise, Tashina, Macy, Nadine, Matisha, Wyatt, Eve, and Jal, Loika, Summer, and Misty, I am sorry for you for missing your friend. Ashley Madame, I hope you find peace, and I hope you can be okay. And I'm sorry for your missing loved one and your missing friends. Ashley was a fancy shawl dancer. In her early years, enjoyed that time with the Shadaki drum group. Her obituary states she enjoyed playing piano, but singing was her passion and created many videos. She was a thoughtful, generous person. She was quick to help others in need with her supportive nature with words. Her obituary noted that Ashley will always be remembered for her caring nature and for the love she held for her son and family. Suddenly, one by one, they appear in the night, like a meadow of a heaven. She will always be our twinkling, our jewel, the night. A funeral service took place at the same place I said before. I just can't mention the name because I can't spell it. But it's going to be Whitefish and Lively. And it just passed, so it's going to be on August 6th, which has already passed. Is interred in the cemetery. So the shawl dancer, I went and looked up because I did not know what a shawl dancer was. But a shawl dancer is for, what they explain is, a woman fancy shawl dancer is one of the newest dance of a powwow. This dance is originating in the southern central United States. The dancer symbolizes the life of a butterfly. That is such a beautiful thing. Wow. A butterfly lives a quiet life before it encloses itself in a cocoon. Once the butterfly is ready to emerge, it breaks free from the cocoon and blooms into a beautiful, fragile creature. The butterfly lives freely, flying delicately around its habitat. It displays beauty and grace. Women's fancy shawl dancers have beautiful, intricate outfits. So they dance and they do the powwow by dancing the fancy shawl dance. That is neat. I like that they included that in her obituary. I'm not going to read too much about her obituary because you already heard half of it. So she just left, loved ones and everything. So this just says the same thing, so I'm not going to read it again. It's not going to be useful. But if you know anything about her murder, this young lady, if you've seen her at West End or heard anything, please call Crime Stoppers. Because the family needs answer of why she got murdered. And it's not right that she was just found in a car on Willow Street. She's not garbage. She is a person. She has feelings. She is a mother. She is a sister. She is an aunt. She's everything. And etc. So let's give this family and this young lady justice. So another one we're going to be doing is another cold case. This gentleman, Ray Veneris, so Ray Veneris was 55. This is sad to hear, guys. Was shot dead near his Milton home in Toronto on February 21st, 2007. More than a decade later, the murder of Milton man Ray Veneris is still unresolved. The cold case remains prominently featured on the Halton Regional Police Service. and continues to ask anyone with information to contact the ARPS homicide unit or Crime Stoppers. I don't know the homicide unit is. I'm sorry guys, but just call the Crime Stoppers. They'll tell you where to go and they're gonna guide you in the right place. Police made a public appeal for information on the anniversary of the now 11-year-old homicide. It's been 11 years. No answer, no nothing. 11 years homicide investigation in February 2017. However, Detective Alistair Watt of the Halton Police Homicide Unit said nothing was generated as a result from it. The Homicide Unit recognized that there are still families and communities seeking answers and resolution to those murders that remains unresolved. Police had said about their ongoing efforts to solve cold cases. That is so sad to hear. Families of homicide victims will never forget the loss of their loved one, regardless of the passage of time. That is so true. No matter how long it's been, 20 years, 40 years, 60 years, it doesn't matter. You want answers. You want answers. Why? Why did it happen? Why did they went missing? Why? Everything. You want to know why, because you know what? You don't know why they went missing, why everything happened. It's like a mystery, and it should be a mystery. You should know why your loved one went missing, why your loved one got killed. Because you know what? They are humans, and they have feelings, like I said before. To one day receive news a perpetrator has been identified and arrested. Veneris, a 55-year-old local business person, so he was a business person, was found shot to death outside his Dublin Line home on February 21st, 2017. His body was on the ground next to his idling vehicle. So they shot him right beside his vehicle? What kind of person is this? That is not right. Okay, let me just reread it again because I just want to make sure I read this properly. His body was on the ground next to his idling car. So he put his car on and he got shot? And he's a business person. That doesn't add up. It does, but it does not, because you know what? Why would somebody shot somebody when they're idling their car, when they're ready to go somewhere? That is not right. An autopsy revealed the cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head. Gunshot wound to the head. Can you imagine that? You're trying to drive somewhere off, doing your own thing, mind your own business, and you get shot right in the head? What kind of world are we living in? Seriously. What sad world are we living in? We don't believe it was simply bad luck. No, I don't think so either, said Halton Police Detective Sergeant Peter back in 2007 interview with Milton Canadian Chief. Since then, police have followed up on a number of leads over the years. So they had lots of leads, but nothing came up to it. But none led investigators to any suspect or killer. When the case had already become a year old, efforts turned to republish a video to try and garner any news, new clues, and information from the public's assistance. In 2006, it has also published online and shared on social media in an effort by police to jog someone's memory or get someone to have a change of heart and come forward with information. Which I agree. If you know somebody, or if you know this businessman, or you see something, please call Crime Stoppers. Don't be afraid, because you know what? You can name anonymous on Crime Stoppers. You don't have to give your name. You just give what you see, what you heard, or anything. Or if you know somebody that did this, please call Crime Stoppers. Even if it's your loved one that killed somebody, please call them. Because you know what? They need answers, these families. There have been leads which have also been followed up, so some didn't really have any legs to begin with. Halton homicide detective Alistair Watt told the Champion back in February, Veneris murder was one of several cold cases Halton police listed during a 2014 tweet-a-thon. In 2009, Halton police even extended $20,000 reward to find this person that killed him. For another year in hopes of netting some new tips. No, nobody went forward for it. This is $20,000 and nobody wants to go and give answers? Despite it being years of investigation, the Milton Man Death Halton Police has said it isn't giving up. We never give up, Watt said in a previous story, adding he wants nothing more than to bring closure to Venner's family and those who knew him. So, basically, they don't know what happened to this gentleman. He got shot, and they don't know what happened. It's sad, but in our case, we're going to be really talking about that we really need to put light into is Renee Sweeney. So I'm going to go look for information of Renee Sweeney, and I'm going to tell you about her, that young lady. So Renee Sweeney sadly got shot at an now video store in Sudbury. So it's been 20 years, this one. So 20 years it's been, like, you know, this case been missing. Cold case, sorry. It's a cold case. Because she's been dead for 20 years. What's my cameraman trying to tell me? Okay. Sorry, I thought my cameraman was trying to tell me something. Laurentian University student. She was a Laurentian University student, was working at a store when she was stabbed 30 times. This young lady, 30 times she was stabbed. This poor young lady was stabbed 30 times. Today marks the 20th anniversary. So this was, oh, it doesn't say, oh yeah, January 27, 2018. That's when she died, January 27. It's been 20 years on January 27th that she passed away. After, like, you know, after the New Year's, today marks the 20th anniversary of a brutal murder case that shook the community of Sudbury, Ontario. Detective Sergeant Robert Weston of the Greater Sudbury Police Service said the cold case has remained a puzzle. He has been the lead investigator on the case for the last 6 years. The fact that this has gone unsolved for 20 years is mind-blowing and frustrating at the same time, he says. On January 23rd, 1998, Renee Sweeney, 23 years old only, was working at an adult video store in Sudbury South End when a man entered the store shortly after 11 p.m. According to police, the man approached the counter and stabbed Sweeney 30 times. Where's the camera? How come there's no security cameras? And how come there's no, like, you know, no sounds or anything? How come there's no camera recording everything or sounds or anything? And how come nobody heard it from the store right beside it? Because I'll show you the picture after. There's like a whole row of stores right beside her. So how come they didn't hear nothing? They didn't report anything? That is kind of weird. Really strange. The man approached the counter and stabbed Sweeney 30 times. Why? Why stab her 30 times? Like, it took $200 from the cash. Okay, why don't you stab her once? Why 30 times? That is not justice. Even one time, you shouldn't be stabbing nobody. You're going to take the money and leave. Leave the person living. Because you know what? They have a loved one. And they have people that love them, that want them. You don't need to take somebody's life. You're not God. Seriously. People. $200 from the cash register before you fled. DNA sample collected from scene. Police were able to collect large amounts of evidence from the scene, including windbreaker. What? Police were able to collect large amount of evidence from the scene, including a windbreaker that the killer was wearing at the time of the murder. So I guess it was raining that time. So where's the mud tracks and everything? Or snowing. Sorry, it was snowing. Because yes, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, my cameraman just told me yes, it was January, so it was snowing. But why would he wearing a windbreaker? He should be wearing a winter jacket. Weird, and he took it off. Kind of strange. So, windbreaker that the killer was wearing at the murder. Officer also collected a DNA sample of the man, but a match has never been identified through the National DNA database. That is so kind of strange, too. So, he never killed before, and then suddenly he just killed out of nowhere? No, that doesn't make sense. That does not add up. Because you know what? If he's a killer once, He'll be a killer forever. I'm sorry to say that, but he will be. He's a repeater. And how come they don't have him as a DNA before? That doesn't make sense at all. But Masha has never been identified. The National Grady Suburban Police said officers continue to check every 30 days. Sweeney was a student at Laurentian University working at the video store to help pay for school. Weston says that it's difficult to investigate a murder that happened so many years ago. But he's determined to push the case forward. But this is the picture. I'm not sure if this is a real guy. But this is the person. Okay. This is the person that murdered her. What I'm not getting is, if he has a picture, how come you couldn't see him on the camera then? Police have used a new software to create an update. The more you get involved in a case like this, you almost have to build a relationship somewhat with the victim. At the end of the day, we focus on Renee. So 2 decades. So I just want to bring justice to this young lady. For 20 years, we haven't known nothing. And I'll show you where she was working. That'll be the last thing, because apparently we're almost out of a camera thing. So I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna show you where she was working. Renee Sweeney. Workplace. I'm gonna put workplace. And I'm going to show you where she was working. If it comes up. I don't know if it's going to come up. No, it won't come up. So I'll just bring it next time for you to see. Because I don't want to waste you guys your time. I really, really want to bring justice to these people. Because you know what? You cannot just killers or missing people just vanish and not even... we can't turn a blind eye on them. We need to bring them justice. We need to bring them home, alive, dead. It doesn't matter. We need to bring them back home. Even if it's dead, at least bring them back home so their family can have peace and sleep at night and be better. I could just imagine if I had a loved one missing, I'd like to have answers of where they went. So I could just imagine how that feels. And my cameraman is just telling me something else. And so, thank you very much for listening and coming back on our channel. I really appreciate you listening. Please, please subscribe. Spread this channel out, because you know what? We need this channel to spread out to make this better for everybody. Not just for Sudbury, all over Toronto. It could be US, it could be Mexico. It doesn't matter. Everywhere in the world, so we can find these people. It could be anywhere in the world, these people. So please, subscribe. Put a like on my channel. Tell me if you like my contents and everything. And please stay tuned for tomorrow. We will come back for tomorrow. We're going to have something fun tomorrow. Thank you very much. Please, please subscribe. And have a great day, guys. Bye. Mm-hmm.